Just use wasp spray for self-defense. Have you heard that? Have you seen that online? Today, we're going to talk about why that is not good advice and why we need to not share it and keep perpetuating this myth that could get people hurt, could get people in trouble. Welcome to Coffee with Alain. Appreciate everybody joins and shares and comments and asks questions. I appreciate all of you watching replays, listening to the podcast, whether it's on enjoylifesafely.com, Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen. Thank you to all of you. After this podcast, I'm going to be working on the newsletter that goes out on Sunday evenings. If you're not signed up for that, go to enjoylifesafely.com. Get signed up. Articles on staying safe, defending yourself, enjoying life, and being exceptional. You can get it by downloading either of the free ebooks that are on enjoylifesafely.com. Download them both. Get some information to keep you and your family safe. Now let's talk about wasp spray as I drink from my Rocky cup, one of my Rocky cups there, Philadelphia. Thinking of the daughter who's in Philadelphia now and getting back into school, the start of her junior year. Very proud of her and all she's doing. But just recently, I saw someone, innocently enough, saying you can use wasp spray to defend yourself. Because this myth is out there a lot of places. And it's not good advice. Yes, wasp spray shoots out a long distance, because you can hit your hive. It might or it might not affect the person depending on where you hit them and how you hit them. There are different articles out there saying there's mixed results getting sprayed with it. Now, I wouldn't want to get sprayed with it, but here's a couple things. One, you want to carry that big giant can around with you? No, not when you can carry something this size that is designed for personal defense. And it even says right on the can, you get in trouble. It's against the law to spray a human with it. Now, people will say, yeah, but self-defense, who's going to prosecute you for spraying a bad guy with the can? Now, if I'm out in my garage punching my heavy bag, so I don't have anything on except my t-shirt, shorts, and shoes, right? And I'm exercising, and somebody were to come into my garage to attack me, and I happen to have wasp spray on the shelf and grabbed it and sprayed him, and then whatever, you could claim it was an improvised weapon. It would just happen to be there. I used it in the heat of the moment, and I defended myself. But when you are going online saying use wasp spray for self-defense and carrying it around with the intended purpose or leaving it in places for the intended purpose of spraying people, that argument sort of goes out the window. And you could find yourself in trouble legally for spraying somebody with wasp spray, something that's not designed for people and probably not going to be as effective as a good pepper spray or Reflex Protect. And so that advice is just terrible. And it's being given by some people just innocently enough because they heard someone else that they trusted say it, and so they're passing it along. But we need to stop passing it along because it's not good advice. Phil Elmore even wrote a chapter about this in one of his books, talking about not using bug spray and household cleaners for self-defense when there are products much better that are designed for personal protection. So let's just eliminate that and stop that. I personally like Reflex Protect. These two can be carried nice and easy. I like this one. It has a little bit more juice in it, but some people like the smaller one. Some states like Michigan only allow this small one because the law says you can only have half an ounce of pepper spray or Reflex Protect. And this has 1.9 ounces in it. So some states, this is the only one you can get. Other states, this one you can get. There are larger ones, which then some states restrict. Like California, this is as big as you're going to get. A little bit bigger. You can get 2.5 ounce. But like Reflex Protect sells a 3.3 ounce can. It's the same size as this, just taller. Can't sell that in California. So I do like the Reflex Protect products. There are good pepper spray products on the market as well. Either of those, a good pepper spray, Reflex Protect, are much better than trying to use bug spray, wasp spray, some kind of cleaner for the house. Okay? You can't set out to intentionally use those. And again, they're not as effective. They're not as easy to carry and deploy. So get yourself something simple. Pepper spray, or I prefer Reflex Protect, and then you'll have a tool designed to protect yourself that will protect you when needed, as long as you know how to use it and you have access to it when it's required. Where sometimes self-defense tools fail people is because they can't access them quickly enough when they need them, or they haven't trained with them where they can use them effectively. And that's why I always recommend whatever you get, you do some practice with it. And where you carry it, you practice getting it out and deploying it, whether that's a pocket, whether it's a holster, whether it's a bag. You want to be able to access it quickly, be able to use it when you're threatened. Pretty common sense, but a lot of people just think if I buy it and I have it, that's all I need. It's sort of like having a talisman in your pocket. It's going to protect me. It's not going to protect you unless you use it effectively, which does take a little bit of training and practice just so you can at least access it and deploy it properly when you need to. Want to say good morning to Dixon. Dixon says, bravo, kill that nasty rumor. Exactly, Dixon. And I saw it just recently on a post, and I explained why it wasn't a good choice. And the person said thank you and deleted it. Again, that person didn't know. They had heard it from someone else. And sometimes people say, well, I heard it from a police officer. A police officer doesn't necessarily know everything about personal safety either. Police officers do not carry wasp spray on the job. What do they carry? Firearms, tasers, pepper spray, Reflex Protect. Have you ever seen a police officer carrying wasp spray on their belt? No, but you do find them with Reflex Protect. You do find them with pepper spray, tasers, and firearms. Much better for defending yourself than wasp spray. So I don't know why somebody would say, well, a police officer told me to use wasp spray. And I don't know why a police officer would tell someone that, except that they heard it from someone else, and they're just perpetuating the myth and the rumor that we need to stomp out. That's my sermon for today. If you are interested in Reflex Protect, go to reflexprotect.com. You can purchase it right there online. You can get this little 1.9 with the pocket clip. You can get the little keychain side. If you don't get Reflex Protect, make sure you're getting a reputable pepper spray. Make sure you know how to use them and you carry them where they're accessible if you need to use them. Dixon says, absolutely. Every tactic requires training if you want to rely on it when it counts. That's why we make inerts. That's why even if you can't get an inert, get 2 live ones, go to a safe place, practice with the live ones safely. And make sure that you can deploy it if you need to. It will do you no good if you don't know how to use it or if you can't access it when required. So make sure you can do those with whatever you carry for personal protection, self-defense. Go out, make it a super Sunday. Sign up for that newsletter if you haven't yet, and I'll see you tomorrow.